This is exam 8 corrections, the rest of them. So in question 1 with the refrigeration problems, I was missing a negative sign. I was not missing a negative sign on step 4, but step 2 I was missing a negative sign. So you throw in a negative sign for negative 240,000. And for the total Q, after subtracting work from the change in U, you end up with 600,000 in step 2 and negative 150,000 in step 4. So then in question 2, we have to graph it. Now I forgot to put the steps in and put in the temperature. So that's seen there. And then for the efficiency of the system, we have the input of the system over the output, or we actually have the output over the input times 100, and we end up with 24.5% efficiency. So in other videos, I've done questions 4 and 5. So we're going to move on to question 9 and get into the mirrors and lenses. So number 9, we have a candle with height of 10.6, placed 24 centimeters from a convex mirror with a focal length of negative 36 centimeters. So we have our 3 rays, and the image meets where it appears that the rays are coming from. That's where they all meet. So we see right there where the red mark is where the image of the candle would be with that convex mirror. And number 10, we have a candle height 11.6 centimeters, 25 centimeters away from a concave mirror whose focal length is 15 centimeters. So again, we have where they all meet in that one place noted by the red dot is where the image appears to be. And then in 10b, we had to figure out the image height and the magnification. So when we realized that negative 37.5 over 25, which is the distance of the image over the distance of the object, is equal to 1.5, well, that's equivalent to the image height over the object height. So you have x over 11, and you end up with 16.5. And at the same time, the magnification turns out to be 1.5%, or 1.5 times. And then number 11, we have a concave mirror. This did not come out too well. We have a concave mirror. We only end up with two rays, and ends up right on the other end of the focal point. I don't know, I was using my classwork 48 to do this, looking at, I believe, question 13 to figure this out, and it was ambiguous. Alright, so moving on down to 12. 12a was the diagram. So in 12a we have a diverging lens whose focal length is negative 12 centimeters, and the candle is placed 20 centimeters away. So we have our 3 rays. Again, where the candle appears to be is where that red mark is. And then for 13, we have the same thing. We have a converging lens with a focal length of 25.6 centimeters, and the candle is placed within that focal length. So when you have your 3 rays going back, it appears as if it's a lot closer than it would be, than it actually is. And that's number 13. And then number 14, we end up with, because it's outside of the focal length, we actually have an upside down image, because that's where they all meet. That's where all 3 meet, and that's because you're outside of the focal length of this lens. That's exam 8, and hopefully exam 9 is a lot better.